Hey, welcome to Refine the Machine. It's Low, and today I want to talk about commitment. This week's an important week for me. With the summer solstice coming up, I am committed every season change to fasting. That is one commitment I've made, and another big commitment I made was my relationship with my beautiful partner Shelby. She's the best, honestly. And through our relationship and our commitment to our relationship, I've learned so much. I've learned so much about commitment in general, not only to relationships but to things in general. So I just want to go through a little step by step, and I want to just give thanks to her. I'm so grateful for her and everything she does. She's honestly knows me more sometimes than I know myself. She guides me. She's a great inspiration, and she's always encouraging me and supporting me. And I think everyone deserves that, because there was times where I didn't love myself, but she gave me that love and gave me a reason to love myself. And I'm only here maybe I don't know. I'm here because of that at this point. And I just wanted to share some things with the world about this whole process of commitment in general. See, commitment is the act of taking a curiosity and following through. So first, you will commit. You will commit to something that it makes you curious. You commit to a relationship, to an idea. Like, let's say you want to lose weight, you commit to that. Let's say you want to get in shape, you commit to that. Let's say you want to learn something, you commit to that. And through this commitment, you begin to learn things about yourself. One is that it's very hard to stay committed, to stay consistent. These C words are important, and I'll show you why soon. But these things are very important for you and me to understand, because as we keep our commitments, we begin to unravel and to rebuild ourselves. So we unravel the things that no longer work for us, and we start to rebuild things that are making us better incrementally. So we become committed first. Our commitments start driving us, whether that's learning a language, whether that's learning a skill, whether that's just fitness or health in general. You become so committed that all reasons fall away for you not doing that. Excuses become useless, they disappear. Because every time you or I go to fault or falter, eventually we come back to the point where I committed to this. I made the commitment, I made the agreement to come back here. So even if you fall off for a while, it's you have a reason to come back and repair whatever it is that took you off track. Then and commitment is the igniter of motivation. If you lack motivation, just saying you want it, just imagining what it is that you want and continuing and striving on that path, you will get there. And it could take time, but all great things take time. And this commitment in general has driven me further and further into and out of myself simultaneously. And as we become committed, you gain a power. And power comes from the word poder in Spanish, which means to be able. You just have an ability to do more, because this commitment gives you a goal, an end goal. And this end goal gives you a reason. And every day you wake up, you at least have this. You at least have your relationship. You at least have your fatherhood. You at least have your fitness. You at least have your health. You have something to strive for every single day. And this will keep pushing you forward. But what a commitment also is, it's in relation with exposure. So the more you are committed to something, the more exposed you become to others and yourself. If you see me, I look like I care about my health, because I do, because I committed to it. So everywhere I go, I am now exposing myself as somebody who cares about fitness and health, because that is what I committed to. If you see me with my wonderful partner, you will see that we are committed to each other. We are committed to growth together, because our commitment is to each other and our lives intertwined and intermingling. There's no separation between her and I, only the one that we allow. But we have melded so far that our families are intertwined as well. We bring each other together, and we expose each other to each other's others. So other friends, other family, other things. So our exposure is through that. And that goes for everything. Commitment goes for everything. Now, as you stay committed, the commitments compound. This goes positively and negatively. If you're committed to being healthy, you will be healthy. If you're committed to not changing, you won't change. That is it. That is a simple thing. If you're committed to eating unhealthy foods, you will continue to be unhealthy. That is just a fact. So anything you are committed to, whether consciously or unconsciously, it will compound, both positively and negatively. So your commitments can be both positive and negative, unconscious and conscious. Conscious commitment is what I'm talking about, though. So after it compounds, you begin to gain competence. Competence is the learning. You now know how, and you're seeing the results of what you've been doing. And through those results, you are realizing, like, oh, I know more than I did yesterday. I know more than I did 3 days ago. I know more than I did 3 months ago. And it is a dance, so you go back and forth, and you stumble a little bit, and maybe you fall off for a little bit, but you come back to it because you were committed to it. But as you do it more and more, the competence builds upon itself. So this learning becomes a learning that is just giving you the fuel needed. It's kind of giving you the momentum. So you have motivation in the commitment and the momentum in the competence. Because as you learn how to do things, you are becoming more momentous. You're moving now because now you're seeing the results, and you're seeing the results, and you're like, wow, this is really working. And then in between, after that process, it becomes a change in perception, because during that process you're learning, oh, this commitment is giving me the results that I want. Slowly but surely I am progressing towards the thing that I want, and slowly but surely I am getting closer and closer. And it gives you more commitment, because now you're committing more to the thing you've been doing, because your perception is changing about everything around you. Now as we keep going, you get to confidence. Now confidence is the ability to keep a promise to yourself. It comes from Latin. Con means with, fidere, or like fidelity, means truth. So you're with truth with yourself. So confidence is truth to yourself. So by continuing this commitment and being competent in it, you gain the confidence to continue. And this confidence gives you the courage to continue. The courage to continue is important, because at some point you're going to have to reignite the cycle. You reignite the cycle by becoming recommitted to the thing that you originally committed to in multiple ways. That could be branching off of the original commitment or doubling down on the original commitment. So with relationships, it's the same thing. I'm committed to this person. I'm committed to her. She's my partner. She's my goddess. She is a blessing. She's beautiful. And I'm committed to her. Therefore, every time there is a hiccup in our relationship and we have to draw a boundary or talk about something that's hard, I'm so committed to her, and I care so much about this commitment that if I were to hide it, it would not be with truth. It would not be in confidence. So this is the cycle. It's called the confidence competence cycle. And this is important for anything that we want to do. If I wanted to learn, like recently, I've learned Spanish to quite a high degree. Like I'm able to actually speak now, and I'm so proud. But it took a long time, and it took me not doing it for a little bit, and then doing it more, and not doing it a little bit, and doing it more, and then speaking and learning and practicing, and these things start to compound upon it. So every time that we do this, we come to these roads where we have to recommit to the thing that we originally committed to. If we really want it, this commitment that will drive us through competence into confidence. And I made this cycle because I like to make things simple, and I like to keep it as simple as it could be. So C's to me make it simple. So you have commitment, you have compounds, competence, change in perception, confidence, then courage to continue, and then you recommit and repeat the cycle with other things that you might want to venture into. See, the C's allow you to see, and that's why this is important, because the more that we do this, the more that we commit to the thing that we want, whether it's a healthy relationship, a healthy lifestyle, um, money, whatever it is, we're committed to seeing the fruits of that no matter how long it takes. And it takes a lot because it's going to take time, trial, error, mistakes, things like that are also mixed up in here. It looks like a simple loop, but there are steps involved in the middle of this that it would be a big board for me to get this all on here. But I simply just wanted to give a little framework of what it takes to get somewhere. For me, this has been implemented in multiple ways, and I'm still practicing, and I'm still learning, and I'm still making errors in many ways. But my commitment to learning, to being more exposed, because that's what commitment is doing. So right here, I'm exposing myself. I expose my relationships. I expose the thing that I'm interested in because I'm committed to my goal, which is to bring knowledge to other people, to show that what I'm doing, anyone can do. What I do, you can do. Whatever it is that you want, I'm sure you can do it, but you just have to commit to it. And then through time, through iteration, through practice, through error, through mistake, through recommitting, through competence, through confidence, you will learn. And that is where we can come to. And it doesn't matter. Like, it doesn't matter what your goal is. Like, I can only imagine what your goal is. But my goals are pretty simple. Like, I have a goal to learn. I have a goal to be a good father. I have a goal to create art. I have a goal to create informational, actionable ideas for this platform and for multiple platforms. Because I believe in the idea that these things can change not only myself, because that's me. Like, I've used them on myself, or else I wouldn't tell you this. I've used these practices on myself. Therefore, I know they work. I know these things work. So I bring this from me to you. I lived in this world. I put it in myself, and I practiced over and over. And through time, I stand before you. And I just want to say that I'm so grateful. My commitment is because I am so grateful for this life that I have. I'm committed to being healthy because I'm committed to life. I'm committed to living a full and healthy life, being able to throw the ball with my son, being able to hug my girlfriend after I had a hard day or she had a hard day, being able to be a listening ear to a friend or a person in need. Doesn't matter who they are, where they're from, what's going on. If I can just be committed to being that person that I needed, then that is something that I am doing. That is something that I am working at and working towards constantly. And like I said, it's going to take mistakes and errors. And sometimes I end the day and I go, I should have said this and I should have said that. But that is just me learning from my mistakes and trying not to repeat them again. So I hope that this model right here can give you a little insight into what it takes. No matter if that's health, no matter if it's wealth, no matter if it's relationships, no matter what the branch that you're most interested in, I hope that this little model can show what can be done. Because this right here is me exposing my idea to you. Like, this is me trying to break it down as simply as I can of how I do what I do. How I do what I do is this right here. And like I said, I am so grateful, and that's why I do this. So for everyone out there who is working, who is wanting a goal, who is striving towards something, it just takes this. It just takes that commitment and that effort and that energy. And sometimes it does take seeking somebody who's done it to help you along the way, whether that's relationship advice from somebody who's in a long-term relationship, whether that's fitness advice from somebody who's done fitness, whether that's business advice from somebody who's made a business, marketing advice from somebody who's marketed, music advice from somebody who's made music. These things are important. So it's not just about the commitment itself. It's what commitment drives you towards in order to get to the competent stage. Because once you're committed, you'll start looking for ways to do what you want to do, because you, no matter what is in between you and that discomfort that's in there, you will find a way to do what you want to do. And through that, you will gain the confidence in yourself to do it yourself after you iterate on the information that you gained. So this was just me talking about this cycle here. And I wanted to say this because it's an important week for me. Like I said, it's our anniversary, and we've had our hiccups along the way. We've had to draw some boundaries, have hard talks, and that has made us have a solid foundational relationship where we are now intertwined. And she is, like I said, she is a goddess. She's beautiful, and I am so grateful for her. And then also my commitment to my health with fasting, with my nutrition, with my fitness. These things are important. And I'm so committed to all of this that I'm just trying to expose it to the world now. So just remember that commitment is the igniter of motivation. Commitment is power. It's the ability to do, because you can see the goal, and now it's just a matter of getting from where you're at to where you want to be. Then commitment is exposure, because through the process of doing it, after enough time, people will notice, and they'll be like, how did you do that? How are you doing that? And then you'll go, okay, well, that's all I did. I committed to this, and now you can see it on me, but it took a long time, and it took a lot of practice and mistakes and effort and energy and falling and standing back up and dancing through life. And that's what this is. So to anyone, like I said, to anyone out there who is starting, who has a goal in mind, you can do it. I believe you can. And I don't just believe, I know you can. I know you can once you commit to it. And once you commit to it, everything will conspire to bring it all together. There's a quote by Paulo Coelho, and it says that when you know what you want, the universe will conspire to give it to you. And I believe there's a part missing from that quote. And it's when you commit to what you want, the universe will conspire to give it to you. And that was it for today. I hope you guys are having a beautiful week. And until next time, make sure you refine. Peace.